Hi, my name is Lucy Wilson and I'm your McLean County 4-H president. Today I'm going to show you how to make an origami lotus flower, which you can enter in the fair. We're going to start with just a normal sheet of printer paper, but we need it to be a square for our flower. So we're going to bring this edge down to meet this edge to make a triangle. Now we're going to flip our paper over and bring this down here and try and make your folded edge match the edge of your triangle. Now, I'm going to pick it up and pinch this fold, then flip it and refold it backwards right over that crease you just made, and pinch it again. Now here's where you can decide to either cut along this line or you can rip it. To rip it, you'll just pinch on either side and gently pull away. And you'll put your left hand right next to the seam and gently pull away and down with your right. Try and do this carefully and slowly so you rip right along the seam. Now that you have a square piece of paper, we're going to put some basic folds into it. First, we're going to fold an X. You've already started this fold, but we're going to refold it backwards like we did earlier. This will just make the seam flatter and easier to work with throughout our project. Then you're going to pick this point and bring it up to this one and then fold along here. Then again, refolding. Now that you have your X, you're going to put a plus sign into it. You're going to do that by bringing this edge of paper to this edge of the paper and making sure that your corners are matching. Then again, refold it. And you repeat that step going this way. Now that you have all of your creases in, you can start folding. We're going to bring this corner into the center of all of our creases, lining up this edge with the crease and this edge with the crease, and then folding it down. I'm going to repeat that step on each of these points. We're also going to be repeating this step a lot throughout our project, so I apologize for the repetition, but it will be worth it in the end. Now that you have your first layer done, you're going to just repeat that step, bringing this corner in to the new center. Now that you've done it twice, you only have one more time to do it on this side. Okay, now that we have 3 layers of folds, you're going to flip it over and repeat that fold on this side. Now, by the time you get here, your paper has gotten very thick from all the other folds you've done. So I like to press the crease that I'm going to fold into it before I do. And when you're folding, be sure that your corners are flat because of how thick the paper is, it likes to stand up. Okay, for our last fold, you're going to bring this corner in, but only a little bit. Just folding it down so it'll look like that. You're going to repeat that on each of these corners. This is probably one of the harder folds of our piece because of how thick the paper is and how small the fold is. Alright, now you're ready to begin unfolding your flower. We're going to start by putting your index finger under this flap and then your thumb on this one. You're going to pinch this corner with your left hand and then pull up with your left hand while you push with your right. Do this carefully and slowly so as not to rip the paper. Once you've pulled it up, you're going to push the corners out and round them with your thumb. I'm also choosing to curl the tips of my petals away. You don't have to do this though. Now again, index finger under the flap, your thumb on this part, and then pull with your left and push with your right. Now you have your first layer of petals done. For your second layer, you're again just going to put your index finger under the flap and your thumb is going to be in between the petals there. You're going to be grabbing the edge with your left hand, pulling with your left and pushing with your right again. Now this one though is even easier to rip, so you'll need to be very careful when you're pulling it. And again, I'm going to curl the edge away from you. Now on this one, you can also generally here, it'll hit a certain spot, which is where you're supposed to stop. So, yeah. And there will also be a little bit of a fold still in the paper there. Now that I have all of my petals, I'm just going to recurl my edges to make it all the way I want it. And now we can start folding our leaves. So for these, since they're leaves and not petals, we're not going to be pulling them all the way. We're just going to be folding them to here, to where there's a square. So you're not really pulling at all, just flattening, just pulling it up and then flattening it. When you're done, there should be a square on the bottom of the lotus from the edges of the leaves. And there you have a lotus flower. I hope you enjoyed this video.